All right, welcome back, good people. This episode I'm going to title Creating Your Peace 2, a continuation of the Creating Your Peace episode that I created right before this one. And I'm going to just jump in right quick and go into more of these because I need to get these out to you guys. The first one was to create a place to go, a room that you can go to and meditate or kind of get back centered any way you can. The second was to build on your strengths. The third one is to conquer your fear. The next, conquering your fear. That skill development is in an effort to identify that everyone has fears. So don't look at it like you're the only person who is afraid of a certain thing, because whether it's speaking in public or whether it's writing a book or whether it's just talking on a panel, a lot of times people have issues with that, and it makes them very uncomfortable. And if you're one of those people, then it's going to be difficult for you to actually shine in that arena that requires that until you become comfortable with that, right? The next one that says, come out of your comfort zone. You should always look forward to work hard and leaving your comfort zone, because there is no growth in the comfort zone. Please know that. If you're where you want to be, so to speak, there's no growth there. There's just maintenance. Just maintain. You just maintain that. That's why they call it the comfort zone, right? Because there's nothing else necessary to do. If you cut your lawn once a week on Wednesdays, if you wash your car once a week on Saturdays, if you go out to eat once a week on Fridays, if that's a pattern that you have established and you just do that every week, then there's no growth in that, right? You have to do something that makes you kind of uncomfortable in order to grow, because that's where the growth is, because you know everything you know already in the comfort zone. You know it already. You know when you cut your yard, you know where that same bump is, or that same rock is every time you cut your grass, right? It's not going to change until you change it. And when you change it, then that's getting out of that comfort zone, because now you're having to do some adjusting. Okay? Got it? All right. Again, I'm trying to keep these videos 5 minutes or less. I almost went 10 minutes on that last video because I'm a talker. I enjoy speaking and sharing, so sometimes I have to pull myself back. Okay, the next one says, and I agree with this one, it says, have a to-do list. In order to complete all the tasks on your schedule, you should have a habit of maintaining a to-do list. They make life smooth and productive, thus assuring your success in life. So just think about this. When you get up in the morning, you probably have what I call a psychological to-do list, right? Something that you said you were going to do last night when you went to bed. You said, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, right? Especially if it was like outside of what you normally do, right? If you had to do something like, sometimes I have to stop at the bank in the morning before I get to work, right? If I have to stop at the bank, then that means I have to leave a little early, right? So if I'm going to have to do something like that, I'm thinking about that the night before, right? So there's a psychological to-do list and there's a to-do list. I also keep a calendar on my desk that I write down things that I have to do that day, appointments I have or people I have to meet, right? So by being able to look at that and keep that in front of me, it makes my path going forward a lot easier, because now I'm not off track. I'm on track. If I'm supposed to be at this meeting at 3 o'clock, 2:30 I'm there. If I'm supposed to be at this meeting at 5 o'clock, 4:45 I'm there, right? That's how I like to do it. Now, if there's a situation where the traffic comes up or something like that I can't control, I can't control that. So I don't need to be tripping behind that because I can't control it. But the part that I can control, I'm controlling, right? Okay, another thing it says is to work on, with this, they call it, it's time to act. The easiest way to learn is by doing or performing a task. By performing a task, you get fully aware of the facts, like how it's done, which mechanism of action does this concept follow, and so on. That makes sense. After that, working on negative qualities. The negative qualities is a part of the self-development that is to resolve the bad habits. It's very important that you should address bad habits, which may be things like oversleeping, nail biting, smoking, being late for scheduled appointments. Those things you kind of have to get a handle on, because you are recreating who you are consciously, right? So being truthful with yourself, you're able to identify with yourself that you have those as bad habits. So you want to kind of work on eliminating one of those at a time, right? Don't try to do it all at once, but work on eliminating one of those bad habits at a time. And when you do that, after 30 days has gone by or 45 days has gone by, you might want to start working on the next one, right? Because you would have had some success with working on the first one. And once you're able to eliminate some bad habits out of your system or your life, what happens is it changes who you are, right? It makes you feel differently about your projection to the world. And as it should, right? That's very important, that you're able to see the growth, in other words, in who you are becoming and what you stand for. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like these videos. And I'm going to see you on the next video.